To be interesting, be interested. We had this meeting with this very famous minister. It was a very important meeting for us because we had a proposal, an idea which we needed his help in passing. And if it passed, we would help lots of underprivileged children get sports equipment. So when we went to meet this minister, we knew that he had a reputation for being very straightforward, very direct. He did not like any chit-chat. So we were wondering, how do we build a rapport? But doing a little research on him before going to meet him, we found out that he has a soft spot for poetry. And not only does he admire good poets, he himself is a great poet. And he had published 3 books. So we were allotted about 10 minutes with him, is what he had told us. So as we went in, the first question we asked him was, "Sir, before we talk about business, who inspires you to write?" And he gave us this beautiful answer that the mountains, the rivers, the sky, that the nature inspires him to write. And he kept going on and on about his childhood, how his family was a part of big music community and how poetry had just come down to him from his dad. Out of the 1 hour, friends, that we were there for, about 55 minutes, he talked about his poets, about his poets, his poetries, and the books that he had written. Not just that, he gave us all a book, and on the spot, he made a poetry for each one of us and dedicated it to us. At the end of 55 minutes, he said, "Well, why are you here exactly?" And we told him about the proposal, and he said, "This is great, let's go for it. Fantastic." So we were out of that room instead of 10 minutes in 1 hour, and we learned so much about the beautiful field of poetry. We acquired knowledge as well, and we got our work done too. We just talked for 5 minutes, but we asked the right questions initially, which build the rapport. So friends, as you go and meet a tycoon, a minister, a college professor, whenever you're going to sit in an interview, if possible, do some basic research about them. That is my sutra number 1 for you to build rapport, is do slight research around what they are passionate about. Are they passionate about the church? Are they passionate about spirituality? Are they passionate about tennis? Do they love cricket? Do they love poetry? Do they love movies? Do they like to golf? Find out, do they love paintings? Find out what interests them. And when you go in with the right questions, they'll open up and you'll build a tremendous rapport. Sutra number 2 that I have for you is very simple. At times people are like, "Amitabh, you know what? I'm stuck. I don't know what questions to ask." So my friends, if you just pay attention to the last word of the sentence told to you. For example, your friend might come and say, "My God, I feel terrible. I had the worst exam." And all you can ask is, "Exam?" And he'll go into it. "Yeah, man, it was statistics. I've been studying for the last 7 days. I even got my brother to teach me, but the paper was totally different," and he'll start talking. Similarly, let's say that you're meeting a top businessman, and he says that my first plant was in Baroda. All you have to say is, "Baroda?" And he'll go into a whole explanation of why he came up with that location, who helped him, who mentored him to get there. And he'll go into details about how the factory was built and how the story has gone on from Baroda. So if you can't think of questions, just think of the last word and ask it as a question. Friends, don't just know these sutras. Drink these sutras, live these sutras, and stay unstoppable.